Hello, I'm John Shepherd, and in this short video we're going to take a quick look at the men's indoor British Championships long jump. You'll see some of the top British long jumpers in action, and in the field was Paul Ogan from my group also. Paul had been a little bit limited in his preparations and had only been able to do one competition prior to the trials, and this unfortunately was going to reflect a little bit in his performances. Here he managed 7 meters 10. Over the years we've found that Paul needs 2 to 3 competitions before major competitions before he starts to jump over the 740-750 mark, and this can be difficult in the indoor season when competitive opportunities are more limited. Ferran Sayers, who has a personal best of 8 meters and 6, opened with 7 meters 59. He uses a hitch kick technique. He was followed by 8 meters 21 performer Dan Bramble, who managed to achieve the same distance as Ferran. You can see the hang technique here and potential over-rotation coming down into the landing. Reynald Bonigo, who was the leading jumper in the field with 785 this year, opened with a foul. And Paul started with 7 meters 10 and never really got into his hitch kick action properly. He kicked out a little too much on takeoff, and his angle of takeoff was a little bit too steep, and therefore his transition across the board would have been slower. For reference, Paul has changed from a hang technique to a hitch kick, but sometimes still tends to go more into the hang shape than he does the hitch kick action. He does though jump further with the hitch. A very promising Scottish junior athlete, Stephen Mackenzie, started with a no jump. Here's Alex Farquharson, who's developing into a very technically proficient jumper, and in the second round he went out to 7 meters 77 for a personal best. As you'll see, another hitch kick jumper who's getting a very balanced flight. It's Dan encountering more forward rotation with this 737 effort. In the second round, Paul unfortunately fouled, and the jump potentially would have been sufficient to get him into the final 8. A jump of 7 meters 27 was required. Alex, showing great consistency, then followed up his 777 with a 771 effort. This was in the third round, and he was currently in the lead. Ray then fouled, but in round 4 achieved 7 meters 75. This jumper possesses a lot of natural ability, and it'll be great to see how far he can go when he becomes slightly more technically proficient. Meanwhile, Stephen Mackenzie, showing that technical proficiency, jumped 7 meters 50. Alex, perhaps going flat out, then couldn't control his 5th round effort. Ferran, in the 6th round, then went out to 7 meters 50. After a 771 effort in round 5, Ray unfortunately fouled his final attempt. Dan, who had jumped 7 meters 70 in round 3, saved his best effort for the last round and managed to move off of the board quicker and more directed, with rotation starting a little bit later into his flight phase, and went out to 7 meters 81. However, again, he drops out of the air too suddenly, so the jump potentially could have been longer. This pushed Alex into second place, and with the pressure on, unfortunately, he couldn't control his jump and ended up with his 777 personal best from round 2. Here's the scorecard for the competition with all the guys' jumps. Hopefully I've got them in the right order, and also hopefully you'll be able to benefit yourselves from watching these guys in action. And here's something else that I've been working on, and which will appear on the channel pretty soon. You certainly get a lot of treatment options with the MyTouch. Select the relevant program and let the MyTouch go to work. Go! One TX Junior Pro will time 2 athletes. You can easily identify both athletes' times. The device uses bioelectronic technologies. Look out for MyTouch Freelap and other product reviews coming soon. And of course, do subscribe to the channel and leave any comments you may have in the section below or through my other social media, and good luck with your training and competitions.